Hello students, in the previous video we have discussed what is internal reconstruction, how to alter the share capital and also the journal entries that are required to be passed for altering the share capital. In today's video we will learn how to reduce the share capital of the company and what journal entries are required to be passed for reducing the share capital of the company. So let us see how reduction of share capital is done. First point is writing off the paid up capital of the company to wipe off accumulated losses, preliminary expenses, discount on issue of shares and debentures, goodwill, and also for writing down the value of other assets. So basically in reduction of share capital what happens is equity shareholders are reduced, some amount is reduced or equity shareholders agree to forego certain claim and that amount will be utilized to write off the accumulated losses, and if there are any preliminary expenses, any discount is given on issue of shares or debentures, if goodwill is there, and if there is revaluation of assets. So the amount which is foregone by the shareholders, that will be utilized for writing off the losses and other expenses of the company so that you can show better financial position of the company. So first method of reducing the share capital is equity shareholders agree to forego certain amount, and this amount which is collected from them, that will be utilized for writing off the losses and expenses, by which you can show better picture of the company or better financial position of the company. So this is one method of doing that. Second one is reducing the uncalled capital of the company. If certain amount of capital which is not called up by the company, that can be uncalled, that is you can cancel the shares which are not required in the share capital of the company. By this also your financial position will be better. Next is returning excess paid up capital of the company. Now let us assume that if the company is having too many shareholders or it has collected too much amount from the shareholders, so the same, if the company is finding it that excess amount of shares or shareholders are there, so that amount can be returned back to the shareholders. By this also the claim of the company reduces or the liability of the company reduces and the company can show a better financial status. Okay, so these are the methods of reducing the share capital of the company. Now let us see what journal entries are to be passed for reducing the share capital of the company. First entry is for reducing the share capital with the amount reduced. Now as I explained you, certain amount of share capital is foregone by the shareholders for the benefit of the company. So for that the entry is share capital account debit to capital reduction account. Whatever amount is foregone by the shareholders, it will be collected in capital reduction account and this amount will be utilized later. We will see in the further entries. So in the first, for reducing the share capital, you have to pass this entry. Now second entry is for cancellation of old shares by issue of new shares. Sometimes the company might cancel old shares and it can issue new shares as per the requirement of the company. Now if the company wants that the face value of shares should be less, earlier let's say if the face value of the company was 50 rupees per share and now the company wants to make it 40 rupees per share, so instead of that 50 rupees, now the shares will be of 40 rupees and the 10 rupees that the company has reduced, that will go to capital reduction account. So this is how you will pass the entry. Share capital account old, you have to debit to share capital account new. Here the new share capital account will be credited and whatever difference is there, that will be credited to capital reduction account. So in this entry, for that example, share capital old will be 50, and to share capital new, the face value of share will be 40, and the capital reduction amount collected will be rupees 10. Okay, you will understand these things better when we solve the problem. Next entry is for creditors, debenture holders, etc. also sacrificing their part of claim. Now when the company is in real crisis and the financial position of the company is too weak, so in that case what happens, sometimes even creditors and debenture holders agree to forego certain claim. Okay, so whatever amount is foregone, for that you have to pass this entry. So the entry is like this: creditors account debit, debentures account debit to capital reduction account. Let's say now if we had to pay to creditors 50,000 rupees, and now the creditors have agreed to accept 30,000 rupees instead of losing entire 50,000. If they have agreed to accept 30,000, so now they have agreed to forego 20,000 rupees from the company. Okay, so that amount will be collected in capital reduction account, and this will help to show better financial position of the company, wherein company is in position to pay its liabilities. Next one is debentures account debit. Even sometimes debenture holders agree to forego their interest or claim to certain extent. So whatever amount is foregone by them, that will be collected in capital reduction account. So you have to pass this entry when the creditors and debenture holders agree to forego their part of claim from the company. Now the next entry is for applying the credit balance of general reserve, profit and loss account, profit prior to incorporation, etc. So basically here all the reserves and the surplus of the company, whatever reserves the company has created so far, these reserves can be utilized for showing a better financial position of the company. So for that you can use the reserves by passing this entry: general reserve account debit, profit and loss account debit, profit prior to incorporation account debit to capital reduction account. So here what you're doing, whatever reserves are there of the company, that you are transferring to capital reduction account and trying to set off all the accumulated losses and expenses of the company. So for that you need to pass this entry. Now the next entry is for increased in fixed assets. If by chance there is increase in the value of assets like buildings or machinery, so this revalued amount also can be utilized for setting off the losses of the company. So the entry is like this: building or machinery account debit to capital reduction account. So whatever amount has been revalued or whatever increase in the value of asset is there, that you can credit it to capital reduction account, and that can be utilized for setting off the losses of the company. Okay, so the last entry is for utilization of capital reduction amount. Now in the previous entries what you do, you collect the funds from from the shareholders, from debenture holders, from creditors, from reserves. Okay, and now in the final entry what you do, whatever amount is collected, using that you try to write off the losses of the company, and it has to be written off in this order only. Look at this entry now: capital reduction account debit to profit and loss account. Profit and loss account means this is the loss of the company which has to be written off. To goodwill account, to preliminary expenses account, to discount on issue of shares account, to discount on issue of debentures account, to machinery account, to patents account, and to capital reserve account balance. So whatever capital reduction amount you have collected in previous entries, you can utilize that to write off the losses, goodwill, expenses, discount. If there is reduction in the value of assets, even that can be utilized. And finally, if any amount is remaining, that you can transfer to capital reserve account. So this is how reduction of share capital is done in internal reconstruction. So you have to learn and understand these entries so that you will be able to solve the problems. Okay, so with this I conclude for today. Thank you.